Righty. Hey guys, what's going on? Memes here. So today on Breaking the Multiverse, we're going to learn about how a particular wolf mama may actually end up saving the world. Fizz, I believe you have information on this.
Oh, I know I should be wary. Still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly haunting, I turn loose.
It's showtime!
I had to. So Fizz, before the stream, we were talking a little bit about how different people view the different things that are going on in the internet from different perspectives. Some may say a different concept space.
Yeah.
You had some intrigue, or actually, here's what we'll do. Number one, we'll just start to play the clip, and hopefully Piper does not copy strike me like I copy struck her unintentionally with Baby Shark, of
Yep.
course, because that's how it happens. So here's what we'll do. This is for educational purposes. Let's play the. No, that's not what we want. There we go. Here we go. Last night on the F It show.
Of the furry stuff is they're taking a break from being them so that they can be a completely like not even human character. You know, they can be a completely different person for a while. They can take a break from being a fucking person that's stuck in the grind and shit like that. That's like me taking a break and being Fizz.
Earmuffs.
Diving into the werewolf. Well, I think for me diving into the werewolf end of stuff
She
was
does what
because I already liked occult stuff and wolves were my favorite
It's
animals.
an
So
illusion.
obviously I'm going to be very interested in werewolf lore. But I feel like that's more of like a knowledge obsession, like obsessed with absorbing that.
I mean, it started with me with dinosaurs, so yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
so yeah, unfortunately.
Just to cut you off on your own stream, I think, just a note, I think you actually solved a lot of the internet right there, because Professor Wolfram introduced a topic that's probably already been, people understand, concept space. I
Mm,
think a lot of people go on the internet just to escape, play a character, have some fun, and other people don't necessarily understand that.
yeah, basically
Man, she been drinking.
She does like the plum wine. That's,
Mm.
I mean, that appears to be a true statement.
Yeah, she did. She got me hooked on it, so I can't blame her. That stuff is good. You forget that it's
Fi-
alcohol because it just tastes tasty.
Fizz, have you been drinking?
No, not today.
Okay,
Maybe tomorrow.
okay. Well, there's always, well, at least it's Friday, so
Yeah.
that's consolation for somewhere. But no, just the whole idea of concept space, because this was something that I noticed when it's like, all right, what color is the dress? Oh, well, it's yellow. No, it's blue. And people, I'm like, huh. So just for some reason, depending on how somebody views something, they view it a very particular way, and they might just have disagreements on their perception. I'm like, number one, if we can't agree on what color a dress is on the internet, I'm just saying other things might be a little bit harder to agree upon. So
That
that
was a
was my first
crazy
clue.
one. Like because you really saw it one way or the other. That was what was on your dang screen in front of you. Like that one was crazy. But it is a good example of some arguments and some differences between people really are just no, that person isn't, screwing with you or trying to be a pain in the butt. That person actually sees a blue and black dress, which is that was a fucking blue and black dress. How the fuck? How the fuck? Where is it called? Why?
Well, I mostly saw like the yellow dress, so if I twisted around, I looked and I was a little more tired. I feel like it became darker because I literally listened to that whole Laurel thing, and I would hear Laurel when I was tired, and I heard the same thing later. It kind of sounded like Yanni. I don't know why or something. Maybe my brain was looking for that, but it was just weird where I was trying to listen to it, and then somewhere in my brain it kind of sounded like the other one, and I'm like, huh, that's that's a little strange, but
But is that
eh.
after somebody put the idea in your head that they were
Oh,
hearing
I put it in
things?
my own head. Yeah,
Yeah. See, and that's we never did any of the hearing ones. But that dress was one that messed us up like the most because we would look at it on different screens. We would look at it when we were tired, look at it when fresh in the morning because it was all over the feed for a long time, so that was pretty easy to do. Um, Look at it from different sources of the picture, make sure nobody's messing with us. That was a
it,
really pretty dress, blue and black. Like
it was a nice yellow dress.
when there was another picture posted of it from a different angle, like I just took another picture, it became very clear that it was like a white and gold looking dress. And we were like, oh, we thought it was prettier before. But when everybody's looking at the exact same picture and seeing two different things, like that blew our minds. Like we know that some people see color differently. All them little cones in your eyeballs, anything's bound to happen between that and your brain. Uh, But the fact that it basically like split everybody in half, like nobody was going, no, it's green or something. Like people were either seeing, and when you're confirmed by people around you, right? When you're going, I see a blue and black dress, and the person next to you is going, yeah, I don't understand how they're not seeing a blue and black dress. And the person next to you over here is like, yeah, that dress is blue and black. Those guys over there on that part of the aisle, they're screwing with us or something. And then the other side's doing that too. The other side's like, how in the world are they seeing blue and black? Like, what? You know,
It just seems like a random distribution. It's kind of like the whole like litmus test thingy, where it's like you take that little piece of stuff and you put it on your tongue, and it's like, all right, in like 30 seconds, half of you will have a bad taste in your mouth. The other half won't notice anything.
that's so weird, isn't it? But cool.
You have this detector thingy or you don't. And I'm like, is that the same thing? I don't know. I'm not a biologist. Hey, Sherry, how are you doing? And Mills, it's, well, I have no idea. I think I,
Maybe it
I'm
was.
just who knows? I'm just conjecturing that I'm like, all right, so if a bunch of folks see it this way and a bunch of folks see it that way, and if we can't agree about something that seems so inconsequential, like the color of the dress, it's like, hey, I'm not wearing the dress. What the heck do I care? So I'm just like, maybe we should focus on some of the root of like understanding that different folks see things and perceive things differently. And if we're going to argue about the simple things, I mean, oh no, imagine my shock. We can't figure out these big issues and stuff like that because they're a heck of a lot more complicated. And then just iterate complexity. And that's how we get dudes on the internet with yellow shirts and celestial wolf girls.
Yeah.
Hmm. So there is a plus side, I would claim. Um, but it's just as Piper had been saying before. There, it's like, all right, people come on the internet to do different things. Some folks they may want to put some photos, some happy things, some pet memes or something like that out there on the internet. And they'd like to get some digital hugs and head pats and everything like that. And that makes them happy. And other folks are just going there to stir the pot, see what happens. And then, one of the things that I learned from Lorena Creole, shout out to Lorena, it's no one group or community has a monopoly on assholes. I think it's I think it's a standard distribution thing there. Did Fizz fall asleep or am I lagging?
Um, my
Oh,
face was broken for a bit, so I've been sitting here
no,
making
no.
stupid faces at my screen.
No. I think you're doing the Majin Buu sleep mode and just have like a bubble coming out of your nose in like another 30 seconds.
That would be cute. That would be cute. That'd be a fun emote to put on there. Just sneeze
I
bubble.
think we need more of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just people go on the net to do different things. Some people like to talk to their friends. Some people just do just shopping, this, that, the other thing. Go occasionally pay bills. Remind myself to pay bills, um, and just exist. They do their thing. I mean, to be fair, I mean what we're doing right now. I mean, this really doesn't remind me. It actually kind of reminds me a lot of World of Warcraft. It's like, what do? You're going onto an environment. Why? We want to beat the game. How do we beat the game? Well, that might depend upon each individual. Maybe somebody wants to get monetized. Maybe someone wants to get 1,000 subscribers. Maybe someone wants to get 1,000,000. Maybe somebody wants to make some cool comic books. Maybe they want to get signed to one of the big things, or maybe someone just wants to be financially independent and be able to just do what they want, live a good life, and be left alone. That's mostly the gist that I got from most folks and most different communities. And I talked to a lot of folks in a lot of communities that hate each other. They hate each other. And I'm like, they're saying a lot of the same things. I'm like, my I would postulate that I have no evidence for this, but if I'm going to believe that 80% of statistics are BS, including that one, I think we'd probably agree on about 80% of the same stuff. It's like, uh, do not kill, do not rape, do not steal, don't harm children. Um, yeah, those things right there. I'm like, those are pretty easy. I think most folks believe that. Um, 10% of the stuff, okay, yeah, we need to argue about this, that, and the other thing, and I think we can work through that. And maybe in the last 10%, we'll never be able to agree on. I think that's enough to not destroy each other. We can totally destroy each other. I mean, actually, what was it? Started watching, what was it? Star Trek, I think, Discovery or something like that. And it's like, it's different class, some different missions and stuff, but the essence still kind of seems Star Trek to me. It's like, yeah, we're not going around murdering a bunch of people. We're not doing the torture thing. It's like we're trying to do the Star Trek thing. And at one point, it's like you get this civilization and stuff like that, and they're getting this extra technology. It's like, so you guys are basically in the same position Earth was in the 21st century. Would you like to see a history lesson of what happened to Earth in the 21st century when we got all that power and stuff? Yeah, they called that World War III. Yeah, we wiped out like 80% of life on the planet. And you're looking at this, it's like, you guys could totally do that. Or you could join a Federation of Planets. Call's yours. So it's it's one of those things where a lot of folks just know what they know, often well. But when they're confronted with something that they're unfamiliar with, often they just kind of like go with whatever the people that they know and trust are saying. Why? Because, well, that's part of the group and everything. And
Mm.
even if what the person in the group says doesn't really make any sense, it's like, that's not really my experience. A lot of time, it's just, what do you do? Oh, I'm not saying that people do this, but my experience, basically being a corporate shill in a corporation, does pay me a heck of a lot of money for doing something that I'm like, it's worth that much money? What? Um, Nod your head, yes, boss. Keep your head low. Just don't ruffle feathers. And collect your bonus. That's. I mean, I think that might be a lot of corporate America. Not all. Not all. It's. I think that's the mantra of a number of folks. But well, ain't that the truth?
Mm.
Mills is saying, I think the issue is trying to make universal prescriptions for everything in pursuit of a singular optimum. Yeah. What is the incentive structure? If your incentive is you must sell X widgets by the end of the month, or you're not going to get your bonus, and well, maybe you'll get fired if you keep on performing subpar, because we'll totally document that. Um, what do you incentivize? People to sell as many widgets as possible. Now, are all those the most ethical sales, or I don't know, maybe some folks would embellish. They'd use colorful language. They'd put on a show. Some may actually call it
They
a
show some AI art on their website, and then all they've got
I am
is
artist.
one jelly bean per kid in the
Oh,
Oompa Loompa meth lab.
I we inhabit two very different parts of the internet. Because I know I was going. I'm like, all right, so what do you a lot of I was going to the whole presentation. I'm sitting, as those words are coming out of my mouth. I'm like, wait a second. I used to do corporate sales. They literally had it classified as the presentation. You're presenting the thing.
Mm,
And see, the part that really got me is like when you're learning, and I'm pretty sure I'd learned this from like more than one corporation. It's if you're sitting down with a person that you just met and they're asking you for like 20, 25, 30, $40,000 to do a project, you don't want them to use logic because logic will be like, I gotta sign some paperwork to do 50 grand worth of stuff because to a person I just met, that's crazy. You need to take that person on an emotional roller coaster that they're going up, down. Just keep on having them go on this emotional roller coaster where they feel their only option is to sign their pen on that paperwork immediately. I'm
yeah,
I'm I'm
before
just
you
saying
take
if
their family hostage. Yeah.
I am well, yeah,
You show them a
my only thing is
slideshow of their family tied up in a creepy basement somewhere.
yes, the maximum paper clips. Yes, you go around. What do you optimize for? Paper clips. How do we do that? We turn absolutely everything in existence into paper clips. Now, again, this is why the instructions matter. Yes, Rick understands. Yes, it, my big thing is if I could sell you the same roof for like $20,000 or $25,000, and the only difference is the size of my commission check, I'm like, what is incentivized? Taking as much money as possible. It's extracting as much money as possible and as frequently as it's the idea of, or at least the meme of the American meme of like capitalism and everything is you want a well-oiled machine. You want things firing on all cylinders, efficiency, and as everything starts to rise, everything starts to grow. We're going to need more jobs. People will get promoted and everything. And that's fantastic. And some folks have experienced that. Once you start leveraging technology and you have population growth, and everything, and if you don't acknowledge that there's literally going to be millions and millions of people losing their jobs, to not acknowledge that seems absolutely crazy. So it's like you'd want to plan ahead. How do you do something like that? Um, we might end up getting something like the Expanse, where it's like a large portion of the population is on government benefits. Why? We don't have enough jobs and everything. Now, if you're going to do that, personally, I'd prefer it to be in like a true post scarcity. So it's like at least a minimum of living if we happen to have the ability to do that. The problem is, where's the incentive structure to do that? Yeah, you start a charity corporation and stuff like that. You do this and that, and it's in different areas. But if somebody doesn't happen to fall within those greater categories or concepts, whatever the category or concept may be, it's like, all right, where are you gonna go? You're gonna optimize to do something because ultimately, it, the point of many nonprofits is to put themselves out of business, and that you ultimately want to solve this problem so it's no longer a problem. Will you be able to do it by yourself? I mean, probably not. It's probably impossible. But you think it's like what is it? One of those things. It's like I think Alzheimer's or something. It's like how much do we spend on the cure? Like billions and billions of dollars, probably. I don't know. I'm just making that up. How much do we spend on trying to find a cure? A lot less.
Mm, yep. It's more beneficial money wise to keep giving them, getting money out of medications and um, stuff to relieve the symptoms than it is to actually fix the problem. Yes, yes.
It's even now. Now there might also be the trade off is it's like okay, maybe it's just really hard to find a cure. I mean, I imagine that's the case, but then it's like all right. So we could spend $1 billion on a cure, not find anything, and then have that money gone. Or since we have a fiduciary responsibility to maximize the return on the investment of our shareholders, we have to do the prudent thing and invest in what makes us money. It's
Did you
I mean,
know
that's
that
it.
there
Oh my,
actually is a cure for a few things, and it's just tied down in the patent office? And uh, yep. Buy the pharmaceuticals that are getting bank out of the treatments instead. But there's a couple of things that basically, like, there's some stuff where they're like, you notice how we're not looking for the cure anymore for a couple things? All that stopped, like the search for the cure for a few things. Those campaigns kind of just faded away. It's because they found it, and now they're like, well, shit, if we use it, then where's our
wait.
customers?
Fizz, Fizz,
Yeah.
you're not making the claim that there are some powerful entities out there that may have actually found potential cures to horrific diseases that they have the patent to. And they are not doing anything with that patent except holding it so nobody else can use that patent until it runs out. So they can continue to make a crap ton of money off of their treatment and then present the cure after their patent expires.
We'll probably just refile. But
Or they refile
I
and
wouldn't
they
I
would
wouldn't
actually
call
come
them
up.
powerful entities. They're just humans with
Well,
lots of money.
corporations are people, my friend. I learned that from Governor Romney.
Oh.
I liked Governor Romney. He was just an awkward dude. I believe that man has a heart. He just
Awkward
came off
dude.
like
Poor guy.
kind of an android. It's the trees are the right height. I understand. He had binders full of women. I know what you're
Binders
saying,
full
Mitt,
of
but it
women.
just oh
He's not
oh.
he's not quite socially adept. We've been there. He just stays
See,
there.
see, I feel like he actually could have done a good job because he he was also the Republican or a bit more traditional conservative, but open to progress. He was the dude that signed Romney Care into into existence. You're like, oh, if we actually wanted to have like a little bit of balance and maybe some reason and not tweeting like a teenager, a very irate teenager, then hey, hey, it is what it is.
Patent
We live where we
troll.
live.
Yeah, did you
It's
know that the US is sitting on patents for actual clean clean energy, water powered cars basically. Uh but then, how are they going to get money off of these batteries, and I guess they're running low on fossil fuel cuz now they're pushing the batteries. So, how are they going to make their monies off the batteries if people can just like use rain?
well, I think well, see, that's actually interesting if that was the case because I was listening to one of the alternate propulsion conferences and somebody made a claim about the general meme was we can get infinite energy out of 0 point energy or like vacuum energy. When he says infinite, it's like realistic. Basically, what he said is, all right, you put 5, 10, 20 watts, like a old incandescent bulb of energy in, and they were able to get like like orders of like
Nice.
crap ton of energy more out. He's like, I can't go over the details because it's proprietary or something like that. But he was talking about literally just taking water, doing a thing to water, having it separate into oxygen and hydrogen, and then having it recombine. And they were able to generate temperature from that because it's going through the different reactions. What I kind of intuited from it was like, it sounded something harmonics. So I'm like, wait a second. Are you saying Dude Man is literally playing a very particular music, getting water to literally separate into more elementary components and recombine them, thereby getting more energy than you had, but you're getting it from the vacuum background because there is energy within it. It's just that to tap into that, it's like kind of like being a force wielder. I mean, that literally is the easiest way to say it, except we're doing it like with machines and stuff. So
I mean, everything, period, comes down to vibration.
I like oscillation because oscillation can be a vibration and it's also inclusive of waveforms. Actually, Jolly Duck knows a bunch about waveforms because I
But
know he does music and stuff.
still a form of vibrations. I mean, if you think about it, all the basics come down to what frequency something vibrates
A lot
and
of really
playing
smart people
with
say
that.
that, but I don't
Well,
know. I think I'm just being a stick in the mud.
that's the best way to explain it in layman's terms to anybody else. Radiation? Well, shit, that's vibrations that are fucking up your vibrations. Fucking your shit up.
Oh, dang. That, wow.
It's
That's a
vibrations
very
that are
useful
making,
statement.
yeah, like, did you,
It's vibes messing with your
a
vibes.
molecule? It's kind of down to what frequency those electrons are vibrating at. It's going to tell you what molecules that's going to be, essentially.
Huh.
Energy in
So,
itself to change form changes frequency of vibrations. Change what's vibrating with what. What's vibing?
so, all right. Oscillation. What is it? Back and forth at a regular speed. Physics. Regular variation in magnitude or position around a central point. Oh, I didn't mean to put vibration in there, but that still got me thinking about other thing. Vibration. Oh, in physics, an oscillation of the parts of a fluid or elastic solid whose equilibrium has been disturbed are, oh my God, they're starting to refer to each other. It was like trying to figure out lumens earlier, because
So
lumens are something.
vibration in this case is considered a very specific oscillation event. Uh,
Hmm. I was actually on a stream with Dr. Salvatore Pius. Pius. It was on, was it, uh, oh, what's his name? Jeremy, the alien scientist. He had Dr. Pius on, and I popped in for a little bit, and then I clipped out a little bit from that stream. I was just, he kept saying all these words, and it was really cool and everything, but I'm like, if you don't have like any pictures of stuff, a lot of folks, at least me, it's like, well, what does this mean? Well, you're basically talking about big G over C to the fourth. So, uh, Newtonian gravitational constant divided by speed of light raised to the fourth. So it ends up giving you a ginormous number. The Planck energy, it's like 10 to the 42 or 43 Newton kilogram seconds or whatever. What is it? It's a crap. It's about the energy in a lightning bolt. That's what it is. It's like, that seems very interesting because a lot of the Planck units are itty bitty little things. And that's like, at least from our reference frame, absolutely gigumongous. I actually used this calculation in one of the notebooks to calculate the potential mass of our realm or colloquial universe. I forgot the 8 pi g. No, I forgot the 8 pi. Thank you, Rick. It's public now,
never
so.
forget the
Oh, not
pie.
yet, sorry. Yes, don't forget the pi. And
Yeah.
water does sing the water song.
Mm.
Yes, it is good vibrations. I do like that one. But I don't know, is that a contextual thing or
Well, for me, I just use the term vibration because people are gonna understand that a little bit better. Like it's narrows it down. So oscillation, specific vibration, event.
oscillation is more of like a mathy thing? Because that's what I was getting from the definition. But the
Yeah,
definition also got the noggin jogging.
yeah, and technically frequency, but frequency is still a vibration technically. But the term is used to describe very specific aspects of that. But if you break down a lot of the science words that they use, they all describe vibration in some way. They're
I
just,
mean,
they're more
I
specific about the vibration. But radiation is vibration. Certain frequencies produce certain effects, and those frequencies, depending, will legitimately vibrate your cells apart.
Yeah, no, it's stuff doing a particular thing. Now that thing might be good, it might be bad, it may depend on the situation, it might depend upon the observer. I mean, isn't that why a lot of stuff's on the internet? Because people like laughing at it.
Eh.
Now, I don't know. Did they did a song about this, wasn't it? You'd cry too if it happened to
It's my
you.
party and I cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Nobody knows where my Johnny has gone, but Susie left the same time. Why was he holding her hand when he's supposed to be mine? It's my party and I cry if I want to. That's the only parts I know.
Okay. I'm sorry I
Or
cut
only
you off
parts I
early.
remember.
No, you kept going after the part that I only knew. So you continued. I didn't know there was more.
Oh no,
But
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah. No,
yes.
no, no. You're fine. I figured it was just like I started, and my brain was like, "You're not done. Keep going."
Oh, I was
Okay,
gonna let you sing the whole
now you
dang
don't know
song.
anymore. So now you stop.
Mm.
Radiation, dangerous music. Yeah, I would say music is vibrations that can get picked up by the ear, though.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Here's the interesting thing, because then that starts going into sound.
Mm,
And sound is like a vibration and oscillation of like the different molecules and everything. And it's like, I
that
don't know, but I'm going.
sound is a sound would bring in frequency. It's one of the things that would bring in frequency to get the different sounds. So your ears can pick up certain frequencies as sounds. Different critters can pick up different levels of frequencies and technically hear more sounds that we can. That just means they can hear more vibrations. That are making sounds. And music is like a manipulation of frequencies to get the sounds you want. And jam out.
Well, Fizz, I don't know. Maybe the collective consensus of smart folks around me and or what you just said might convince me. Frequency is the rate at which energy vibrates.
Exactly. I told you everything is.
According to BSHKO, I have no idea what that is. Oh, something Tesla. Okay, live and flow. Nikola Tesla. This can be measured in hertz. Vibrations, the amplitude or intensity of the energy. The higher
That's
the
that.
vibration.
Okay, see that right there. That is the definition that I associate with vibration. Right there. That.
Okay, so this is what I always forget the convention. I know that some folks know, but basically, hold on. So you can express energy by frequency. So basically, in physics, there we go. So it's h times v. So h is Planck's constant. That's the basic unit of action. That's basically, as far as we understand it, the minimal thing you can do. It's like energy doing a particular thing, and then when you multiply that by frequency, that's how often it does it. The minimum it can do, or is that the maximum? It's the maximum within a. I don't know. It's the constant. I should probably actually look into this. Uh, Times the frequency. All right, action, and then how often it happens, and that gives you energy. So
The
we go
frequency
into
is
there.
relative to time. Vibration is not. Frequency is relative to vibration or whatever. So yes, frequency would be relative to time because it's how fast something can vibrate or something is vibrating. Um, and you measure that in time, which would be how many vibrations per whatever unit you pick in. Uh,
This is why I like the Wolf Girl. I learn things.
the vibration doesn't need to be relative to time. Because that's what the word frequency is for. That's for figuring that shit out.
How frequent the stuff is doing the thing.
Frequency, yeah, yeah. So, but vibration is its own thing, but frequency is a word about measuring vibration, the frequency of said vibration. But when I say everything comes down to vibration, I'm talking about the building blocks of the universe and shit. If you break everything down to its basics, things, energy is converted into whatever form it is based on vibration, frequency of vibration. Do you know that everything is vibrating right now? Not as good as the Hitachi wand in the closet, but but everything is vibrating right now. Did you know that different rocks, different minerals have different frequencies? All that shit is vibrating. You can't feel it, but all of that
No,
is
it literally when we do
vibrating.
when we do the spectroscopy and stuff like that, it gives out different emission lines. So water sings the water song, carbon sings the carbon song, hydrogen sings the hydrogen song, and hopefully it doesn't blow us up too much, but these things happen.
Ah, Uh, yeah, exactly. So everything, every freaking thing that is a thing vibrates.
Yes, rocks sing the rock song.
And oh my gosh, I wouldn't. Could you imagine having ears that could pick up every frequency? The entire everything is making so much noise.
Oh, is this why you stay inside and play video games?
Yes, you could never sleep. Okay, my ears can't pick up everything, but it picks up more than human ears do. It is a burden.
Well, Professor Wolfen was actually talking about this a bit before, because what he was saying is, what was it, along the lines of like our perception, like human beings perceive the world differently than like a canine or something like so. Like if you're a dog, maybe smell space is
Yes,
a much more important thing than just
yes,
like
I
looking at this and
appreciate
that.
my human nose a little bit because for the little while that I was in a mortal wolf form, y'all planet stank, man. Oh my god, that was awful. Getting the human nose, I was like, okay, I can kind of process this.
It may be hard to say she does have a nose, even though some angry shotgun toting libertarian gorillas on the internet may disagree.
Nope, I got a dot right there. That means I have a nose. And luckily it's a dot, so it doesn't pick up too much, which is great. But I got stuck with the wolf ears still, and so they pick up a wider range of sounds. Um, but technically it's not that big a wider range, but it is a wider range and from
It's
farther
not the
away.
super magnitude.
Yeah, it's not. There's not a creature. There is not a living a creature that can hear every frequency, and that's good because that would suck to be that creature.
I I think well, this is one of the things that
You can
I
hear the
hear apparently
ground. You
for
can
like,
hear all of the plants.
oh my God, it's
You can hear
oh
the
geez,
air.
no. But here's the thing, isn't it almost like we're reducing our intake so our brains won't explode?
Mm,
Because I look at some of these things, it's like, all right, if we live in a four-dimensional hyperbolic space-time, whatever the heck that means, then it's like, okay, if if we're living there and if basically everything, like when I watch some of these videos from Professor Segman et al., it's like everything's going at like right angles, so all of a sudden you move forward and everything's like whoo. I'm like, if that is what I was visualizing was actually going on, my mind would literally blow up. It'd be like, too much information.
mm.
Reduce, reduce, reduce. What works? Around this wavelength spectrum. Okay. Visible wavelength is actually like fairly small frequency for us. So it's like that's what we see with our eyes when we got our equipment and stuff to do other things. And we happen to be
Yep.
lucky because we have Mother Earth, who I would claim is a silica-based life form. Um,
Yeah, the brains of different creatures are wired specifically to process the information that the creature itself is designed to take in. So, you got creatures with night vision. Not all of them have night vision, but it's not like when well, I never did, but like when humans try to recreate that artificially, you're still like, whoa. Whereas they're like, they don't know that there's a difference. Like, but ones with eyes that can see, oh my goodness, like the processing power of eyes of some herbivores, especially, well, even some carnivores. Um, and some like, okay, you got some falcons that
Yes, this is a thing. I thought Rick may have just been trolling me for a second there. He's like, wolf interval. It's, it's actually something in music theory. Okay, continue, Fizz. I'm sorry.
I've got a new rabbit hole. That's cool.
It's music related too.
Yeah,
Huh.
I'm not super versed in music theory outside of like what has like directly ever pertained to I have to learn essentially. So that's interesting. I'm gonna a little bit of sound theory. But yeah, so oh yeah, falcons. There's some falcons. They can go really fast and see really far at the same time. Their brains have to be able to process and actually make sense of all that visual information really fast. So yeah, different things' brains are designed specifically to be able to process the information that their bodies are designed to take in. Humans have been really impressive in the fact that they have built ways to process for their brains to allow their brains to process some information that it wasn't designed to process. And that's actually pretty cool.
Now, when you say process information, are you talking about technology or hallucinogens? Because
I'm talking
both
about
might be
technology.
true.
I'm talking about technology, like night vision goggles. Being able to
Oh, okay,
see.
okay.
Yeah. Um.
That means that the destruction channel does not promote entheogen use unless properly prescribed by a contributing pharmacist brought to us by a multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical company. Continue.
That probably could actually just fix your problem, but nah. Where's the money in
That was
that?
part one of the show. It's
Mm.
speculation, speculation. Birds, reduction,
Birds
adaption.
reduction, adaption.
Oh,
Yeah, and now y'all
whatever you
are.
would just.
I mean, I do not suggest putting chips in y'all's brains, especially since it doesn't seem to be working out for your primate cousins. But
I didn't hear good things.
mm. However, that and could you imagine getting ads directly into your brain?
I mean,
I mean, that's
it,
eventually where it would head to. We all know this.
but I mean that's kind of happening anyway. I'm just like, well,
Can't even
actually, no.
sleep and have a dream without it having commercial breaks. It's gonna suck, you guys. I'll
To
be
be
out of here.
fair, I do fall asleep to different things. If I did not have YouTube Red or Premium or whatever it is now, I would also have commercials in my dreams.
That's sad.
I know. On so many levels.
Right?
But
But yeah,
but yeah, no,
everything comes down
it's
to vibrations, and y'all have figured out how the brain processes a lot of stuff, which is why you've figured out how to help people that have like a sensory problem rewire it to a different part of the brain. Like, oh well, this part of the brain's just doing this. We'll just rewire it. Like, you guys are like, y'all are creepy, but it is very impressive, human. I mean, until you lead to your eventual extinction, it's pretty rad.
those are encouraging words when the title of the stream is Wolf Mama Helps to Save the World? Question mark. I may or may not have included that.
Oh,
Um,
am I supposed to save humans too?
I was kind of I used it general because I was doing Piper's clip earlier when she was talking about concept space.
Mm.
Um, to be fair, the title of the program is Breaking the Multiverse, so it's like that's why I basically asked. It's like break stuff and things today. I'm not assuming we're gonna solve something. I can hope. I can hope. I could put some stuff out there that maybe at some point in the future somebody might feel valuable or maybe be a little entertained. Which is more important? It may depend upon the observer. But, oh, wait, that's a compliment. Thank you, Charlie. It's, it's good to, no, we just try to entertain people. Again, this show kind of like, Fizz's roommate, Piper, her roommate and her channels are in Twitch and stuff are in the doobly doo below. Um, but yeah, no, she has what's called the F It Show, which I'm now beginning to think is actually short for Furry It or Fur It.
Oh
Oh, that's actually
no.
runs off the towns. Yes, yes, yes. Totally not a
The
furry. Yeah.
ferret show.
But
Ferret!
hey,
Oh,
hey,
that's so fucking cute! Ferrets are cute.
I feel like it's a new like version of Beanie Babies, kind of like Pal World is the Pokemon, except Beanie Babies is to like modern audiences. Just rip off the whole concept of I don't know what is it, the Funko Pops, because the Funko Pops are plastic. I'm like, there aren't enough like tailors and folks that have like sewing machines that could just like with modern like supply chains couldn't just make a whole bunch of cool little animals and stuff like that and make some cash and customize them and stuff. I'm just saying that
Are you
I
trying to
think it
bring
would be
Beanie
kind of
Babies back?
adorable. Yes,
Uh-oh.
I could possibly go wrong, except everything. But wait, no, where was that? Isn't there a place in like Illinois or something where all of a sudden they have like all in the rest areas? It's like see the National Beanie Baby Museum or something, the world's largest Beanie Baby exhibit. It's like
Oh,
I feel
wow.
like I heard a place set that up like a couple of years ago, and it's like
Somebody collected
you,
every
you
single
do
one.
realize it's not the '90s anymore. I'm not saying, listen, you can do what you want. I'm just saying that if you're in that state, that seems like, why are you doing this? It's not like you had a friend that had a crap ton of Beanie Babies, and you're like, well, there's only one way to rescue this decision in life.
I mean,
Let's
that's
spend
probably
taxpayer money on
exactly
putting
it.
all
Like,
this stuff in
let's make a
the things to
museum out
direct
of
folks.
it. Maybe we get some of this investment back.
I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe it's always been a thing, and just there are new signs. This is something I heard on the internet. Again, take it with a grain of salt, because rule one of the internet: don't believe everything on the internet.
But
I
don't believe anything on the internet, really. I mean, if we gonna be honest.
no, it's skeptical. Be skeptical.
Yeah.
If assume whatever you come across could be complete BS. It might not be. And again, often we categorize by different things. So it's like, all right, this person I know and trust said this. They put out this meme. It obviously must be true. Oh, this person I don't like put out something. Oh, I don't like what they're saying. Obviously wrong because I don't like them.
That's the rules.
I'm just saying it's like rough abstraction of physics. I hear folks saying it depends upon the observer. It depends upon your reference frame. It depends upon if you're accelerating this, that, or the other thing. I'm like, well, a lot of that might be complicated, and I probably really don't understand much of it. But I'm like, all right, so if I apply that same thing to people, it's like, all right, we're all going at different accelerations. We're all vibing in different ways. Some vibrations might be higher, some may be low. I realize I'm going in the inverse of that. It's okay. It's okay. The show's almost over. But as we ride that metaphorical and perhaps proverbial wave, I'm just like, oh, well, if we can't agree on what color the dress is, and we're going through all these different worlds and life and this in different positions, nobody would ever misunderstand each other on the internet. It's not like when I get a comment on a random YouTube video that I'm like, oh, this person is obviously talking to me because I click on it and I don't even know what the heck it was from. An obscure thumbnail from 2 weeks ago, a year ago, 2 days ago, might be on my channel, might be on someone else's channel. Oh, they said not kind words. Obviously, I'm going to reply to them. And then after I press reply and I actually look into it and I realize they weren't talking to me at all, I'm not going to apologize. Why? because some guy that was portrayed by an ancient Akkadian statue told us to never apologize. Is that
That's
deep
really
enough
lit.
lore for you?
Yeah.
I was talking about Sargon,
Yeah. Well,
but dude,
I don't. Yeah, I realized that when you got to that part, I was like, ah, yeah.
I was getting ready to say Mesopotamia. I'm like, no, 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 that might be true on some wider category, but we need the more specific one. Yes, the ancient Akkadian emperor and stuff like that. Yeah, that was part of my on ramp into the greater political. I actually went to a rally that he was at before at one point because I just got back from Florida. I'd like slept, tried to sleep in the Newark airport because my connecting flight got canceled. It
Oh
actually had a
no.
very comfortable place out front because they had the metal grill and it was a heater, so it was comfortable. But I didn't bring my noise canceling headphones and I couldn't sleep. I literally crawled into like the little like religious place because it was the only place in the entire airport that didn't have a damn speaker blaring every 3 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm venting here. But I end up going to that rally. It was put on by, was it Boston Free Speech and this, the Proud Boys at the time. And I had some questions because somebody had died at one of their rallies. It was right around this time when I asked, oh my God, I think it might have actually been Joe Biggs. Now that I think about it, this is before people knew who he was, first going on the internet and getting into fights across the country. But at one point, he's like, I'm like, didn't somebody die at like one of your rallies or something? He's like, that was a different chapter. It was around that point I realized that was the exact same uh, thing that I heard from an Antifa dude about somebody dying at one. I'm like, oh my God. Opposite sides, exact same, not exactly, yes, differences. But I'm like, basically, when I hear something that folks that would disagree about something vehemently, when I hear them saying the same thing, that was how I got to the whole concept of legalized dueling. Because at one point, I was actually was from Sargon and stuff like that. One of the worst people in the world was I forget who her name was. She was like on MTV whatever, and basically there was a video, and I'm just going through it, and I'm like, okay, okay, they're talking about hate speech. May not be legally defined, but I think they said it in that video at one point. They're like, yeah, that's what we used to call fighting words. And then a week later, I'm on a stream with one of my very conservative friends. And at one point, we were going over something. And at that point, he's like, that's what we used to call fighting words. Now, he said it a lot more bolsterously, but I'm like, wait a second. People polar opposites that would disagree about just about everything, or at least they appear to the observers. Personally, I think they agree on most things, like we were talking about before. But I'm like, wait, the link, fighting words. Oh, I heard about this before. I remember that Simpsons episodes. Homer at one point, Mo calls him kind of like husky or something. He's like, "Wait, are you calling me fat?" He's like, "No, I said you're a big." And then at one point, he just whips out a glove, slaps Mo across the face, and he's like, "I challenge you to a duel." And he's like, "What?" And then he gives Homer a free beer. So all of a sudden, Homer's like, "But you never give anyone a free beer." And he's like, "Yeah, I ain't never been challenged to no duel." So it's the point where I'm like, "Wait a second." He realized that by calling somebody out and challenging them to a physical altercation where they could be injured or killed. A lot of people don't want to do that, but then Mo reinforced it by giving Homer beer. And Homer likes beer, so that reinforced him to do it to everybody for every situation until he came across a southern gentleman wearing a white suit that happened to drive a motor vehicle where the bumper plate says, I love to duel. And then they went out on their adventures, and that ended up becoming the tobacco episode where they crossbred tobacco and tomatoes. And so Homer could skip out of town so he wouldn't get shot by the Southern gentleman. And then they came back, and then he shot Homer. He's not permanently injured. Again, the means of destruction channel does not promote violence unless we legalize dueling. I say we let consenting adults engage in mortal combat under the doctrine of bodily autonomy. As Dr. Sarazawa said, let them fight. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like they're spreading a whole bunch of hot garbage out there to rile up a whole bunch of other folks to do their dirty work for them. I mean, what do the kids call it nowadays? Grifting?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I was gonna say right now though, even if dueling was legalized, people are just going to say fighting words on the internet and then skip out on actually meeting up for the duel, like they already
Charlie, no,
kind of
abort
do.
the mission, abort the mission. No, no, don't bring that up. It will not go good places. If you want to stay in that relationship, I would avoid it. You can engage if you
Uh-uh.
want. I'm just, oh God, I think I just ruined another relationship.
You gotta stop doing
I
that, man.
apologize. Uh, yes, Fizz. What'd you miss, Jack? Well,
You
see,
missed
I was going.
all of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like we have a replay or anything, but yes, yes. So the claim was, here's what we'll do. We'll go back to the source material because we can, and it's kind of probably embarrassing for Piper, so we'll do it because she's not here. So
God damn it.
we have to be consistent.
Mm.
Wait, where are we? Oh, okay, there we go. Here we go. All right, there, down, boom, back to embarrassing
Charlie,
part.
you know Google's a
Uh,
thing. You could have just Googled.
yeah, here we go.
Of the furry stuff is they're taking a break from being them so that they can be a completely like not even human character. You know, they can be a
So is my
completely
internet
different
that
person for a
shit?
while. They can take a break from being a fucking person that's stuck in the grind and shit like that. That's like me taking a break and being Fizz. Um, diving into the werewolf. Well, I think for me diving into the werewolf end of stuff was because I already liked occult stuff and wolves were my favorite animals. So obviously I'm going to be very interested in werewolf lore. But I feel like that's more of like a knowledge obsession, like obsessed with absorbing that.
I mean, it started with me with dinosaurs, so yeah.
Yeah. Like so yeah, unfortunately.
Just to cut you off on your own stream, I think just a note, I think you actually solved a lot of the internet right there because Professor Wolfram introduced a topic that's probably already been people understand concept space. I
Mm.
think a lot of people go on the internet just to escape, play a character, have some fun, and other people don't necessarily understand that. That's all.
Was the internet really like that? Was the whole stream like that?
Like that about furries?
No, like all choppy. Where it looks like
Oh,
it's being
no, no, no,
streamed
no,
from
no,
like
no.
dial up.
It's no. I was wow. Okay. Note to self: bring up my. It's because my laptop is on battery only. I didn't bring up the charger, so thereby
Oh,
I
okay.
have the
So it's
tabs
your
and the video
replay.
share.
It's your
It's
replay of
taxing my
it.
research. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, it's because my laptop. Number one, we're replaying something there. Number two, I'm going through here. Number four, I'm also have a bunch of other tabs and I'm doing other things, which also takes computational resources away from just that.
You should
Um,
not be on
and
Pornhub and on streaming at the same time.
I actually do not have a Pornhub tab open right. Actually, I can't do that. It's Utah right now. They had to. I could, but I would need to verify the ID, and that seems like a lot of work for porn. So, um,
Oh.
but yes, yes, additional reasons why I come to join a monastery.
What?
But so now that I've dug myself a bigger hole than I was expecting, um, Fez, why don't you tell the folks what you got going on? Well, like, oh my God, what am I doing? I hit the. Oh, that was terrible. There we go. Fizz, tell the folks what you got going on.
I'm gonna return to saving the PAL world in like 2 hours on Twitch. Even though I'm supposed to be saving the cyber world from the punks. I lied. I'm just gonna keep playing PAL World because it's my happy place right now.
I mean, it really does seem like a happy place. I mean, it does seem fun. It's basically it's Rust with it's Pokemon Rust, right?
Yeah,
Kind of
it's
survival.
Pokemon. It's a
It's
Pokemon a few things, and it's just like so freaking funny and fun.
so what happened? You were able to catch a boss character the other day before they patched it.
No, I found out that I could have, but instead I was trying to catch the boss's Pokemon. Pal. They're pal. and getting
Oh,
a thing popping up saying this pal's not catchable, and I was like, oh dang, I didn't try to actually catch the person that owned it, but apparently that's what I should
oh,
have been doing.
it was a wow. All right, that's just straight up less. Yeah, that's just slavery. It's
Yeah, well,
I
I caught like I
understand
already
it's
got a pet person, like I got a pet human already. And I've
mhm.
actually been really surprised at the humans that you can catch, because you can technically catch like the merchants, and then they just walk around your base selling their shit. If you
Yeah,
have them out and about, they'll walk around your base selling their stuff, so you
do
don't have to go to
do
them.
do okay. So now are you like conscripting them, or do you actually catch them in like the knockoff Pokeballs?
You catch them in the ball, and you feed them
At
out of
least they're
the
being
feeding
consistent
dish.
with biological material. I mean, hey, that's the only thing. Because I'm sitting back, I'm like, wait a second. It, I mean, after Team Rocket gets defeated, couldn't they have just like tossed them in some Pokeballs and not had to deal with them again? Give them to Officer Jenny or something? I don't know.
Yeah, freaking right? Freaking Pal World lets us live that out and then some, because we can enact our own punishment if we want. I butchered the first person I caught. Um
What?
yeah. Turns out they don't drop anything when you butcher them. You don't even get no meat. So it's kind of a waste, but you can do
Uh,
it.
now, when you say that, do you just start fighting them, and it's like a normal like NPC drop? Because I've seen you destroy other creatures, but like beating the humans, if you're human, it's I understand it's still wrong, but it's like it, it's why it's the same reason I think why South Park has been able to survive for so long. Number one, it's on later in the evening. Number two, it's poorly animated. Number three, kids are doing most of the effed up stuff. So you've already got like three or four passes right there. So you could, I'm just saying, like if you saw some adult humans doing that, yeah, people wouldn't be fans, and it's less.
No,
That's
the butchering is a function you can do to your pals if you want to, and usually you get their drops. You want to clear up space or something, you have to have the cleaver. You take them out and you use the butcher command, and it makes horrible sounds, but it pixelates. It puts a mosaic
okay.
over
Oh,
what's
okay.
going
They
on
censor it. They censor it. Just Palace
while you're
screaming.
hacking them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you could do that with the humans you catch. But don't worry, because if you catch a human, a thing will come up in the corner of the screen in red that says, you broke the law.
Oh, so they're telling you you've been bad.
Yeah, it'll say you broke the law, and then something in the you look at the description, it'll be like it's considered inhumane. And all they're really good for is their status changes to work slave, and all they're good for is handiwork.
Oh no. I mean, it's true. Wow, they didn't even try the indentured servant thing.
Yeah. Nope.
I mean, it's accurate. It's it. Then again, I say this, and it's like to. I'm not saying that was it sometime in Oblivion or something like that. I'm like, what am I gonna build my character to do? I want to do like the Big Bang attack like Vegeta, unlock all these things, maximize, and it's like, all right, let's just have something where I can just rain down like massive destructive fireballs and just destroy entire. Yes, I did stuff like that. I may have done it the more accelerated way just to see if I can do it, and then I lost fun in the game because, well, you just one shot it. See, that was the thing with Skyrim. It's like you get all the way up there, you get Daedric armor and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, you can keep on scaling, but it was mostly just more health. I'm just like, the game just kind of seemed too easy mode after that. I guess that's where mods and stuff come in. So you can do all the extra things and fight the Macho Man dragon. Yeah!
Voluntary assistant. I like that, because that's more kind of what
Ooh,
they do. So they're not good for much.
oh my
Except
god.
laughing
It's
at.
IA, not AI.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, wow.
I like that
Wait,
better.
what type of, do they have attacks?
Um, sort of. They're just really bad at it. So they can technically, you can tell it to attack stuff, but like, it's weird, right? Because they're the ones I have are carrying a gun, but all they can do is punch things.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait!
Um,
I realized recently they can learn attacks. I haven't actually. You can give them the pal fruit that teaches pals attacks, specific attacks. Apparently, you can teach it any kind of attack. I haven't actually taken one out after doing that to see if they use them. So I really should do
wh-
that.
so wait, what you're saying is you could have one of your involuntary assistants like bust out like a Kamehameha wave or something?
Yeah,
That's actually pretty cool.
because they won't learn them on their own. So yeah, so I fed them some pal fruit just to see if I could, and they could. So I can't remember. Like I gave them like maybe a fire and a frost attack or something. I can't remember. But I forgot to like actually like go see if they use the attacks. I need to sick them on somebody. So I'll be
Oh,
doing that. I'll be doing that tonight.
so you heard it here. Fuzz is going to be teaching maybe some Kamehameha waves and other stuff and things to her involuntary assistants and pals on the Twitch and pal
Yeah.
wave later. Cool. All right then. So with that, we shall bid you all adieu because it's okay, but no monster girls were hurt in the making of this
I'm
broadcast.
broken. You broke me. Oh no. Oh dear. You guys? You guys! I just want to hug some gold!